So our pal Kent has decided to start doing regular live call-in events. It's supposed to be Thursday, but it seems to be Thursday and Friday now. And given that he did his second debate with Planet Peterson on Wednesday of this week, that means there's no whacking atheist to rip into. So instead I decided, we'll take, was it the Thursday? Yeah, we'll take the Thursday open mic. And we'll just take a look at that, see how far it goes, see if anything interesting comes up. If not, that's cool. If something cool does come up, okay then. We'll just laugh at it then. Let's get rolling.
That's not it. There it is. Good morning. Good evening. Today. Hello. Hi.
Old man fails at tech and is completely lost as to what time it is. Film at 11. Hovind.
Ken Hovind here. A little confused. We are at Dinosaur.
Yeah, you are a little confused, Kent. Just a little.
Adventureland, Lenox, Alabama. It is October the 3rd, 2024. Tonight's open mic. You're welcome to call in with your questions or comments. We had a wild idea. We had an excavator. We just got sold yesterday. And what are we going to do with the cash? We paid up on the bills. We got the money for Mrs. Turbo. Got about $15,000. Our ministry usually runs on close to zero all the time. So I've been always wanting to build a Noah's Ark, not the full size one, but maybe 1/4 scale Noah's Ark, 25% scale.
Do you have the blueprints, Kent? Do you have the actual construction schematics? Do you have access to that much lumber? Even for the quarter scale? I mean, I guess, but just your interpretation of the Ark? What some random guys have decided, and that's just stuck with, the common culture for the past, couple of centuries. He's been talking about this for a while, though, so I guess he's finally making it happen.
Noah's Ark. It started, well, I'll tell you the long story here. You can call in, get on the program sometime here. But there are scores of ideas of what.
Oh, good Lord. Here we go. Everyone hunker down. We got story time with Kent.
What Noah's Ark looked like. Of course, everybody thinks their idea is right. I understand, okay? There's this kind, which we have at our science center. There's this one. I don't think that's right. You wouldn't get me.
Wait, Kent, there's kinds of ark? How do you define a kind of ark? Please explain. Aren't they all just arks? Some big, some small, some have ridges for her pleasure, some don't. Some have a moon pool. Aren't they all just the same kind, an ark? Horn?
Any animals on that one? There's this idea. There's this idea for Noah's Ark. This one, we certainly believe dinosaurs went on the Ark. Some people think just plain square. Why not? Let's get more cargo space. There's a place that makes models of Noah's Ark, and they've made a couple for our science center. Take the slide down. Put theirs up there, brother. Let's see.
Science center. That's the best joke of all. They have a science center.
The Ark Ministry. Used to be in Pennsylvania. Now it's in where, Sergio? Right there. Greenville, Tennessee. Do you have a phone number?
Oh, Sergio can pull up where the Ark Ministries thing is in Tennessee, but he can't send me a damn email. I see how it is.
Number for him or anything? Ark Ministry. This is pretty cool. You can see inside the dinosaurs and the animals going in. That's a model there. We have in our science.
I always love when a small organization or something will have like a proper website, but their email address will be something at like Gmail, or it used to be a business email that was like an AOL.com email. And it's like, you can't set up basic email service. Every hosting provider gives you that. Damn near everyone, I'm sure. It just kind of comes with cPanel. So I don't know, that always amuses me. Like this certain lack of professionalism. At least my business, quote-unquote, email is very direct and succinct and, ties to my actual main domain. But that's just a side rant.
Center. We have this model made by the same people. Did a great job. It's got dinosaurs going in, and they did have dinosaurs on the Ark.
Yes, Kent, you've said that multiple times. I will say those models are very pretty. Just from the little bit I can see here. I do like models and dioramas a lot. Those Christmas houses that people have? As a little kid, I was always super fascinated by them. Just the little miniature town setups. I always thought they were amazing. And that's one of the few things I still kind of like about Christmas is those. Otherwise, fuck the whole holiday season. But I think those little miniatures are cool, and little stuff like that is equally cool. It may be a total load of bullshit, but it's some nice craftsmanship, at least at a distance. And just it's pleasing to the eye. That's the best way I can phrase it.
So there's that one, and then there's this one with a window up above. Anyway,
We got the flight deck on top to launch the aircraft from the aircraft carrier. Hovind, Noah's Ark was an aircraft carrier. I'm sorry, that's all I see with it is a goddamn World War II air carrier.
if you'd like to help us, we got about half the money to build it. So, if you want to help out, give us a call.
Yeah, because for a group that's broke, that's a perfectly reasonable use of resources instead of just saving the money. Oh, right, there's a problem with you and having a lot of money and the whole tax thing. Although it's a 501c because it's a church and churches get free tax exempt. Just gratis. It's like, here you go, here's tax exempt, you're a church. So you don't pay taxes on the money. And I'm not intentionally trying to bring up the tax thing. It's just that's what inevitably comes up when one thinks about, larger income, large chunks of change like that. So,
I suspect something like that. We shall see. 3 floors in the ark. They did not have cages in the ark. They had rooms. You got to get a King James Bible. When we dug out one of the lakes with the excavator before we sold it, we had 2 piles of dirt left. It looked just like Mount Ararat and Lesser Ararat. I said, guys,
these 2 dirt hills look like mountains, Hovind.
let's put Noah's Ark right there. Let's see, right in here, we could put Noah's Ark right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, the most well-prepared, most fancy, most technologically advanced slide you will ever see in Ken Hovind's presentations. It's something. I'll give him that.
So I did a bunch of studies today on the cost of material. Let's see. And how much it's going to take about $4,000, $5,500 to $6,000 for each floor of the ark. So about $18,000 plus the roof, plus the walls, maybe $30,000 to build a 1/4 scale model of Noah's Ark. So,
Kent, this is supposed to be your little open mic thing, and we're 3 minutes in. This could have all been its own little short video as just an update on something cool. But you have to wedge all your personal updates in along with your Bible study, your Whack an Atheist, your call-in show where you expect people to call in to you, which they do. I fucking did it one time just to prove, hey, I can be nice to Kent. And to just ask a question that, I just was like, this is a question I can ask. That's the point, though. You could just get to the interaction with people and maximize your time. For a guy who is obsessed with this idea of maximizing time and efficiency, I take 2-minute showers, I brush my teeth, do my stuff, shave, all that in 2 minutes, which is impossible. Damn near impossible to do worth a damn, I should say. He really likes to waste time in these presentations. It's kind of funny. Because you think a guy who is that obsessed with efficiency would just skip all the mumbo-jumbo, get right to it. Hey, you're calling in. What do you want to talk about? No. Okay, we're done. Next. That's not Kent. Slow, meandering mess. This man probably takes hours to get up in the morning. Just diddling around, making everyone else get everything going, then just shows up when he wants to.
Option 1, let's see, we could, Option 1, build what we can and stop. And just have a sign under construction. Wait till we get the rest of the money. And
how about you pray for the rest of the money? See how that works out.
Then I bet who knows how long it took Noah to build that, the real thing. Okay, he didn't have electricity. If you want to get your ministry name or a loved one's name on there, we're going to have a plaque to find these people help. If you can give $200, we'll put your name on the plaque. If you want to help us build Noah's Ark, pay for material, we've got all your labor here. So
$200 fucking dollars for a plaque. Oh man, if I just had money to waste, I would, just to prove the point. Caruso Tomatoes plaque would be on there. Just for the hell of it. Oh. if you would like to contribute to the Caruso Tomato plaque on Ken Hovind's Noah's Ark, there's ways to support down in the link description section below. Links to support down in the description. Man, I'm rusty. By the way, it's been a very rough week, so I'm a little exhausted. But we're gonna power through this, as we always say. We got to do this. We're doing it for the Hovind. Doing it for the Hovind. Gotta make fun of this guy.
Come on down and help us if you want. Okay.
Come on down, free labor. You're gonna be the free labor. Now get to work, Hovind. Big boss, Hovind.
Sergio, we're going to take questions and answers tonight. There's a rough blueprint. I built decks, so many decks in my life.
We're going to take question and answers tonight. And then proceeds to go back into talking about his damn thing. God, Kent. Oh, man, you're showing your age. I feel bad for you right now. Because, like, your brain just immediately shifts over to back to plan A right when you want to go to plan B. God, man. Get some medicine for that. We have medication for it. Seriously, take care of yourself. Because when you do finally kick the bucket, we're not going to have any more Hovind to mock. And it wouldn't feel right making fun of a dead guy. I mean, I guess you're okay with it, but, you know, some of us out here, the atheist community, find that a little lowbrow. But let's continue.
I used to build 2 a day when I was foreman at a deck company. Me and one other guy. I can whip them out. Can't I, Billy? Yeah.
I can whip it out right in front of everyone, Hovind. You want to see? You want to see my deck, Hovind? It's a 15-foot deck.
Build them in my sleep twice before I wake up in the morning. Oh, that's how you do it.
I built 15-foot decks in my sleep, Hovind.
Whip them together. My grandpa was a carpenter in Wisconsin, Ole Espinus, my mom's dad. He built all kinds of houses. My mom grew up at 22nd and Cass in La Crosse, Wisconsin. He built.
What the fuck does that matter? Also, La Crosse, Wisconsin is like the Florida of Wisconsin. Seriously, there's a fuck ton of weird shit that happens in La Crosse and is in those, the police body cam YouTube channels. There's like regular people. There's like a whole fucking lore base there. I think the dude's name, ironically, is Noah. He sounds like a T-Rex when he gets upset or something. I forget. It's been a while. I think a donut operator. I hadn't seen his videos in a while. I need to check if YouTube didn't auto-unsub me or something. Anyway, donut operator did a video on him and several videos on him, and it's just like, how does this guy keep showing up?
That house, I don't know if it's still standing. That would have been, gee whiz, 300 years ago. But
oh, gee whiz, 300 years ago, Hovind. Now they're bringing up Wisconsin. All I want to do is go back to Milwaukee. I enjoyed being in Milwaukee for the week that I was there. Cool place. I miss it.
Yeah, so got it all planned out in the head, how to build the thing. Let's see. All right. Probably, but anyway, questions and comments tonight. Anything's fair game. Done 368 debates now.
Anything's fair game? You'll sure cut people off if they bring up your legal history, Kent.
Had one
Or you'll go into a very angry tirade. One or the other.
last night. I didn't get any comments ready at all. So, been busy today.
Did you want to play one of the songs?
Oh, yeah, play one of the songs while you think of questions or topic. My wife said, honey, we got a whole bunch of calls today. People want to get the Woe series. What on earth is about to happen? People are.
Not a goddamn thing is about to happen, Kent. Nothing that isn't something absolutely normal that happens all the time. You know, bullshit.
Are concerned about what's happening. You should be. It's coming like a freight train, folks. I did this series, the $100 for 22 hours, on what on earth is about to happen, the DVD series. I wrote a book about the topic.
So, why are people paying for the series? Shouldn't you be producing it gratis? Because especially if money isn't going to matter here very soon. Because I'm sure that's somewhere in your crazy-ass conspiracy. You know, I honestly, I feel like people like me, AJ, and the like, should invest in a copy of this shit just to rip into it. Let's see if I could track it down, maybe. You know, like a pirated copy, because, you know, someone's got to have pirated this garbage. I'm doing it for Jesus. Hovind, copy the whole set. $50, send it back. Hovind.
Topic, what on earth is about to happen? You got that one up there, brother? If you want to get that. And I'd made the chart about what on earth is about to happen. Made it real simple, easy to understand. You may not like it, but that's what the Bible says is about to happen. All kinds of stuff on.
Yeah, and people have been saying that shit's about to happen for 2,000 years now. Don't think you're anything special, Kent.
On the back, heavy laminated. Get them for $10. Okay, so yeah, we want to help you understand. Jesus said, "Fear not." That's easily said. What if things are falling apart?
Yeah, and Serge Tankian said, "Wake up, grab a brush, and put a little makeup."
I think it's going to fall apart real soon here. Okay, anyway, go ahead. Questions and comments, brother? No, you're going to play a song. The Lighthouse Boys were here.
Oh, God, no.
Their vehicle broke down, so we kind of loaned them, rented them, sold them our dyno van. They're going to drive it and bring it back by May. And so we only use it once a month to go to eat. I used to travel in it all the time. I love that thing, but I don't travel much.
This just in, Ken Hovind and his crew only eat once a month. Hovind, we eat like polar bears in winter. Hovind.
Anymore, stay here. So anyway, let's play one of their songs there, brother. The Lighthouse Boys.
Oh, God, that audio quality. We're jumping ahead. We're not doing this. With all respect to these guys, up yours. Okay, we're going to play a small moment of it.
Beautiful day, I want to climb higher and higher.
Okay, it's exactly what you'd expect. Moving on. God, how long? There we go. There we go. I can't believe I'm happy to be back staring at Kent's face, but at least this is something worth ripping into. Because I'm not about to give those guys, honestly, I'm not about to give those guys shit for doing what they do. It's whatever. If they want to come down to Kent's place and get stranded and take the dyno van and solve mysteries together and sing about the Jesus, that's whatever. That's their prerogative. I'll just continue playing my rock and metal here and counter it out with the evil music that is totally kick-ass. Jokes aside, though, let's get back to Kent.
Amen. I love good quartet music. Amen. All right, questions and comments. I got asked one before the debate. One of the comments on Planet Peterson site said, "Oh, Hovind doesn't have a real doctor's degree."
Yeah, Kent, because you don't. It's not from an accredited university. It's not a conspiracy to keep you down. There are religious organizations that have accreditation. It's a matter of setting standards for education, for the quality. Do I agree with some of these standards? Not necessarily. Do I agree with the ridiculous cost of secondary education? No. But that's how the system is set, and it works. At least it did work until your end of the ideological spectrum got everyone doubting reality.
I've answered this before a couple times. I have 4 degrees, 3 I earned and 1 honorary, but let me just tell you, do you have a real degree?
And I have 5 degrees, Kent. What's your point?
I think you have the right to face your accusers. It's an American tradition. So I will clearly answer the question, but my experience shows that when a skeptic begins to attack me personally, it's evidence they cannot answer my points about evolutionism scientifically.
No such thing as evolutionism. And Kent, you cite yourself as some kind of authority, some kind of source. You give an air of being more critical to the discussion, more able to comprehend the concepts, more valuable. Your opinions is more valuable because of this supposed doctorate. It has to be addressed because you use it as one of the points of the validity of your opinion. And when that is countered to be like, you are not an authority on this subject, your certifications are not of value here, they're not of any intrinsic value, it draws attention to the fact that you are lying, that you wish to prop up whatever you say under a veil of authority. It's not an ad hom when you use it as a critical aspect of your argument. At that point, it can be attacked in the same way as anything else. We're not saying you're wrong. We're not saying you're lying because you're a big dumb doo-doo head. Say something that you would at least show on your little channel. Not get mad because I said a word like shit. Feces. Point. Oh man, they're trying to say that your veil of authority needs to be ignored. That doesn't make your opinion of any additional value over that of anyone else.
And the ism goes on evolution. It's a religion, okay? They are often
No,
seeking
it's
to
not.
draw attention away from their own silly religion. That's why they make the ad hominem attacks, but that's okay. PhD.
Can all you fucking do is ad homs? Your entire thing boils down to, you just want to reject God because you want to be an evil person. Ergo, because you're bad, everything you say is wrong. It's like, no. Your thing breaks down into that. When you're pushed into a corner, that's all you have, Kent.
Doctor of Philosophy, okay? Patriot University in Colorado, offered Hilltop Baptist Church, had a college, and they offered degrees you could take by correspondence. I worked very hard for my degree. Patriot University, there's their phone number was.
And let's explain that we do not accept their degrees because they do not meet criteria that have been agreed upon by the education community as being what should be met for this to be accepted. It's not a hard concept.
That's the church it was out of. When I graduated from Patriot, it was a Christian university in Colorado Springs that offers external study program for people involved in full-time ministry. And I was involved in full-time ministry, traveling and preaching, and I worked hard. So Patriot, established 1980, is an extension of Hilltop Baptist Church and offered a PhD in education. And I was teaching, and I loved the courses. I had great, you can take your time, go as long as you want. Many schools offer degrees by correspondence. Many.
And correspondence isn't the issue, as has been explained to you countless times.
You do, okay? I learned a lot, as anyone who has watched my debates with evolutionists or seminar series will testify.
No, you learn just enough to manipulate things and outright lie to try to make actual science look stupid and make your magic fairy tale seem all so obvious.
Long after I graduated, Patriot relocated its extension division to College Heights Baptist Church in Alamosa, California. I've never been there. It wasn't part of that, where it continues to thrive today.
So if this is you complaining about us all calling it Patriot Bible Trailer, get over it. It's what comes up when you look it up. That's what people are rolling with. It doesn't change the fact that it's the accreditation status that is the issue and is the only issue. Everything else is just having a little fun.
Patriot now offers a Doctor of Ministry degree rather than a PhD.
Yeah, probably because they got told, stop doing this. That would be something to look into, but I'm doing this live. Well, a live pre-recorded thing, so I can't just research it ad hoc right now without you guys just sitting here watching me go through page after page of internet searches and looking up various sources to try to piece it all together. But it suffices to say, if they changed it, it's probably because they were facing some pressure, so they changed it to something that isn't part of the regulated accreditation structure.
But when I was taking it, they offered the PhD in education because the state of Colorado asked them to make the change to emphasize the religious nature.
Oh, it was right there in front of me, if we can take what Kent says at face value. I ain't reading his slides. He's going to read them all out, so why do I need to read them? I'm sure there was more to it than that.
Okay, they didn't have to, but they did to please the state of Colorado. Some ill-informed scoffers offer a picture of the church parsonage next to the church, which has the same address. And they claim this is where Patriot, where Hovind got his degree from, a trailer.
Yeah, as I said earlier, it's a fucking joke. It's what comes up when you look at the place now, and you can look at it on Google Street View and the like and see the entire complex if you want. You focus way too much on that and not the fact that it's not accredited, Kent. It's not valid for a degree the way you think it is, the way you want to twist it as. It's dog shit simple. I don't care if a place is a damn literal pigsty mud hole. If they've got accreditation to give a degree and the courses meet criteria, then it's a good degree. It's going to be fucking weird. It's like, you got it from Pig Farm U? It's like, Yeah, but they're an accredited university. Well, shit, it's a valid degree. That's all that matters.
That's the church parsonage, guys. Hello. Hello.
Also, fuck's sake, we're halfway through this. Is this even going to be his open mic, or is he just going to prattle on?
They think somehow that discredits me. Some have ridiculed this.
Oh my god. He just goes on with this. Alright, people, let's continue.
Size of the school. It'd be interesting to see the look on their face if they knew the size of schools many of our early presidents or congressmen or military leaders graduated from or flunked out of and didn't even get a degree.
Has nothing to do with anything.
If Harvard offers a PhD program with only 3 or 4 students, which happens all the time, many schools have the PhD program in a particular, and they get 1 or 2 students. Okay, sometimes only 1 student. Does the small number automatically mean they're not earning their degree?
No, and no one ever said that, Kent. To reiterate, as if this is something you're watching and able to respond to in real time, it's the lack of accreditation. It has nothing to do with the location, the physical structure of the facilities, the number of students, anything of that. It's a matter of if it meets criteria that are accepted by the education system as being valid.
Or that they are attending a diploma mill school? Of course not. Hundreds of colleges and universities offer classes by correspondence or via web.
And there's nothing wrong with that, and no one's saying there is. We stress mail order degree just to stress that it wasn't even a place that you did go to. Not to say that that is intrinsically a problem, but that it shows, hey, this is something that you can just write off for at a time when that wasn't as common. Now, remote learning like that is extremely common, but in the late 80s, early 90s, not that common for a standard university. So I think that's why it's stressed a little more often than one would think it would be in today's climate. We are talking about 35 years ago. 35 years ago range.
Aaron Nelson, who calls himself Aaron Ra, the sun god, got his BS from by correspondence. He got it in the
Yes, from an accredited university.
mail. Yeah, clean out that mailbox, okay? Let's see. There's nothing wrong with this. I worked very hard for my degree. I don't know if others do or not. Patriot had
How hard you work is irrelevant.
about 25 students.
Although with a properly accredited degree, you're probably going to put in a hell of a lot of work because the criteria for the course is pretty strict.
Graduates each year, 3 to 5 of which were getting doctorate degrees. My 30-year study on creation evolutionism, it's now 35, I got to update my slides here, led me to start creation science evangelism in 1991. I now speak over 800 times a year on the subject. I had 268 debates. That's up to 368 now. At most universities, I've been a guest on over 5,000 radio and TV shows. My itinerary is available from my office at drdino.com. That was
Dr. Dino offers Jack Diddley shit. Half this shit's a lie, and you count pretty much anyone arguing with you a debate. So, your numbers are likely inflated.
when I was traveling. I don't travel much anymore at all. I'm too busy right here. Any evolutionist interested in public?
Oh God, he still's going on. Fuck. And yes, I said still's going on. The brain damage caused by the Hovind. It's a real thing.
Debate is welcome to contact me or arrange a time when I'm in their area to be held at a public place. See the website for details. Since they don't think I have a legitimate degree, they can call me Kent, Mr. Hovind, or hey you, if it'll make them feel better. Since they don't think I'm properly educated, should be easy for them to demonstrate how wrong I am and how much evidence there is for evolution.
Yeah, and they do. You're just a belligerent horse's ass that just says, "Nuh-uh, my book. Dog produced dog. Hovind."
Should be easy, guys. Come on, bring it up. I should be a pushover. I'm willing to debate them anyway and run the risk of publicly embarrassing myself.
That's something you definitely are, a public embarrassment.
If you would like the names of scientists who support the young Earth creationist position, you might want to contact Institute for Creation Research in Dallas, Texas. They can supply you with a list. I only claim to have many years of experience in studying the subject and the common sense to know the universe is too complex to have happened without an incredibly smart designer,
Illogical statement.
whom I happen to know personally as my savior, by the way. Darwin's only degree was in theology, yet he is often called a great scientist. Was Darwin a scientist? Who and what determines who gets to be called a scientist? Who makes that call?
Kent, this is supposed to be an open mic. You've just been rambling for 15 fucking minutes.
And why don't these scoffers put the same effort into correcting textbooks that call Reverend Darwin a scientist? Gotta fix that, guys. Call him Reverend Darwin, okay? Henry Morris pointed out, it's worth noting that almost none of the leaders of this evolutionary revival had been trained as scientists in the modern sense. None.
Yeah, because the modern sense didn't exist back in the fucking 1800s. You know, you're literally trying to apply 20th and 21st century logic to 19th century facts. What the fuck, Kent? The hell even is that? They were generally called naturalists back then. Things hadn't developed quite into the rigid, discipline that they are now, but these guys were on the right track. But it doesn't matter what adjectives we use to describe them. What matters is what they actually figured out. What they predicted, what ideas they came up with, and how those were vindicated. In many cases in their own time, and certainly since then. But none of that matters to you. Because for a guy complaining about ad hominems, this at this point does seem to be an ad hominem. This seems to just be, well, they were just a reverend, so they can't know anything. And it's like, their status doesn't matter. Because we're not saying their status matters in this. But you portray yourself as a doctor and everything to make yourself seem more important. And so it becomes an intrinsic part of your arguing. Thus, it is something to be attacked. It's not that hard a concept to figure out.
Educated as physicists or chemists or biologists or geologists or astronomers or other natural sciences. Charles Darwin was an apostate divinity student whose only degree was in theology. Charles Lyell was a lawyer. William Smith was a surveyor. James Hutton an agriculturalist.
Okay, we get it. Doesn't change anything.
John Playfair a mathematician. Robert Chambers a journalist. Alfred Russel Wallace had little education of any kind, with only a brief apprenticeship in surveying. Thomas Huxley had an indifferent education in medicine. Herbert Spencer received practically no formal education except some practical experience in railroad engineering. Thomas Malthus was a theologian, an economist. Erasmus Darwin was a medical doctor and a poet. Of all the chief contributors to the revival of evolutionism commonly associated with Charles Darwin, only Jean Lamarck in France and Ernst Haeckel in Germany seem to have had a bona fide education in the branch of evolutionary science that they pursued. They had their own peculiar anti-Christian agendas to promote. That's from the book The Long War Against God.
Wow, that doesn't seem like a biased book at all.
Haeckel and Lamarck published wildly wrong ideas to support the lies to support evolution.
Except they didn't, and you've had this shown right in front of your face that they didn't, but you just continue to spout the lie like, oh, Haeckel was on trial. It's like, no, he wasn't. You said you had evidence, said someone finally brought it to you. Show it, big boy. Let us see this supposed evidence. Otherwise, shut the fuck up.
So, I earned a doctor's degree from an non-accredited university. Thousands of scientists.
And that's it. That's all that matters. That's bottom line. Nothing else you're going to say has jack diddly shit to do with this. The fact that you yourself even acknowledge it's non-accredited. Game over, Kent. It's not a valid PhD that anyone with any sense will accept.
As well as major world leaders throughout history had no degrees of any kind. Thousands of major universities today offer degrees by distance learning, internet, correspondence, etc. Nothing wrong with this.
Yeah. Number one, Kent. That's it. None of this matters. None of this matters. And yeah, we agree with number three. Number three isn't the reason We call your degree bullshit. It's fact one, and that's all that matters.
Let's see. Rutgers University, non-accredited. At least it was. Suppose Harvard or some major brand name accredited school had a correspondence and one secretary to run the correspondence course from up in the attic. Should we take a picture of the attic and say, wow, that's Harvard? No, it's not. That's what they do. Okay. Rutgers, there it is. The office that.
He gets so bent out of shape over this shit. He just goes on like this. And people wonder why we go after this guy. It's not just the combination of the stupid shit he says, the outright lies, the scummy person he is, but I mean, look at this. This dude is obsessed. He can't just let it go. He can't just say a condensed form of his piece. He has to turn it into an entire 22-minute essay. And I know that sounds funny when I'm sitting here doing this reaction video, but I'm not doing this every single day, all day. I'm doing this, aiming for once a week for fun, for entertainment purposes. Because it's fun to occasionally take a jab at this guy. But my God, instead of it being an open mic, he's turned it into this entire diatribe. It's fucking mental.
Rutgers continuous education run out of one little office. Thousands of people who attend class in universities cheat, lie, or bribe their way to a degree. Getting a degree from an accredited university does not guarantee any level of intelligence or accuracy of beliefs.
Yeah, that's some of the flaws with the education system, is that people can pay their way in. As one example, the fact that the woman from Full House, that there was a scandal for her buying someone's way into college, I thought that was so well known as to just be an accepted fact. Because that's how it is. It's all about status. It's not about actual intelligence or anything. So there's plenty of times I'll complain that, all someone does is go to college and get enough of a piece of paper of enough value that says that they should know something, then they get a job in it and ruin everything. You see it all the time. The education system's kind of fucked. The people who want to do things and have the skills and intelligence can't get in, but people who don't give a shit about anything but have money can get in. Yeah, it's a problem. But it doesn't change that the accreditation system is still a set standard. Discussing the individuals going to college and being skilled or not is irrelevant to the accreditation process. Now, if something can be proven wrong, then it's proven wrong. So if these people with the accredited degrees are shown to be wrong about something, then that's it. Game over. But your degree is not only not accredited, but you are also beyond demonstrably wrong on virtually everything you say. So that's 2 strikes. Like I said, I'll agree that the system is fucked up, but it doesn't make your degree magically valid and the air of authority you put on yourself of any value.
Science has a long history of teaching things that are wrong. If you don't like my degree, call me Kent or hey you, and let's get back to the evolution issue.
Okay, yeah, from the guy who has spent 17 minutes so far just prattling on about this. Well, more like 10 minutes, but still. Get back to the issue. Okay, get back to the fucking issue. You're the one rambling.
If I were desperate and I could travel to universities around the world, take pictures of the converted janitor's closet that they now use for Operation their correspondence school, and get the names of all those who got a degree.
So goddamn hung up on the correspondence aspect. Jesus Christ, Kent. Yeah, the thing is, he does this intentionally. He's not so stupid he doesn't get it. He knows he can just focus on that, and his cult of sheep will be like, oh, they're just mad because it's a correspondence course. And it's like, no. How about you listen to what we actually say, instead of what this convicted felon, oh no, it's an ad hom, says that we said. This known liar claims that other people say. You know why that's relevant? Because generally speaking, if someone is a known liar, it's hard to trust what they say because they have a track record of, and this may surprise you, lying. So to that extent, it's not an ad hom. It's relevant to the subject being discussed because these are the statements and opinions of this man. Now, I know all of Kent Hovind's, cult aren't going to listen to this. They're not going to care about the explanation. I do this just because I feel like it. Explaining it, to the people who are already going to know. But just to let y'all know that I'm aware of what I'm doing. Far more than you think I am. God. It's the only nice thing about doing these Kent videos is that it gives me a chance to really, fire up the neurons from the droll of work and then, relaxing and gaming and the occasional side project. It gives me a chance to really, really just sharpen myself on articulating why bullshit is bullshit.
From there and put a picture of the closet on my website and send letters to places where the graduates were speaking and try to discredit them. Oh, he only got his degree from a closet. Okay. Anyway, doesn't bother
If that closet is accredited, I don't give a flying fuck. And yes, I said flying fuck.
me at all. I don't even know where my degrees are. I didn't hang them on the wall or nothing. So, Billy, in the blue trailer, I don't know. Who knows? I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. All right.
If it doesn't matter to you, why do you bring them up all the time?
Questions and comments, brother. Bring them out. Open mic. Here we go.
17 minutes and 26 seconds into this before Kent actually got to the open mic. So full of himself.
So if you want to help us build Noah's Ark, come on down or help us pay for it. Thank you, Dr. Hovind, for all your hard work and time you dedicate so kindly to us all. Yeshua, bless you. Well, thank you, Black Sheep. Appreciate that. When debating R and Ra again, we need that. He won't do it. I don't.
You never finished your last debate, you fucking clod. Also, he's got more important things to do than to try to contact you to schedule another debate on Standing for Truth. You want to argue with somebody so bad, you reach out to them. You seemed really upset when I said if you were smart, you wouldn't bother with me. And then you told Sergio to contact me. It's been like 2 months and I've still not been contacted. I'm still waiting, Kent. And yeah, Joseph is like, you gotta call us. No, that's not how it works. Now, I'm glad me and Joseph are, from what I can gather, semi-cool. Because he actually, when I was in the comments of... It was the comments of the recent Planet Peterson debate. And I stressed when other people were being jerks, it's like, hey, I'm being nice here. Joseph actually was in the chat and he was like, hey, glad I was wrong about you. And that made me feel good. Because I'm not intrinsically a jerk. I'm not intrinsically an asshole. I just play one. So, me and him are cool. To the extent we can be. But I still hold firm that Kent has expressed that he wants to debate, quote-unquote, me. That it then is his responsibility to get in touch with me. That I'm not seeking this out. But I am open to it if he wants to come and ask me for one. It's where I stand, and thus he wants my time, and thus I'll throw in my own criteria, because he is so insistent on his own criteria. One topic at a time, I got equal time, and I would have my brain tied behind my Hovind.
Hey, we've offered a couple times. Call him, tell him. Kent wants to debate you again. Any of them.
Okay, saying that you offered by just saying I'll debate you anytime isn't really much of an offer. It's an open invite, one could say, but then you're still wanting the other person to reach out. And if they don't wish to, you then act as if it's a problem. You, however, clearly want to do the debating. You want to debate other people. You want people to argue with. In which case, you/your representatives should actively reach out to these people. But you don't. You claim you do, but you don't.
Any of them. I'm not afraid of any of them. So bring them on. We can do it on my channel, their channel, neutral channel, Standing for Truth channel. Darwin didn't have a degree in biology, so what's the point? Exactly.
The status of him having a degree or not is irrelevant to the fact that the idea he came up with has been shown to be true. Rules are the rules, facts are the facts. Messing with the cheese, you gotta pay the tax.
What's the point? He's called a great scientist, isn't he? Check it out. Darwin wasn't a scientist, he was a theologian.
You know, I wouldn't necessarily call him a scientist. Again, I'd go with what the term of the day was of naturalist. And he did methodologies that are scientific and came up with an aspect of something that is a cornerstone of biological science. But this getting caught up on titles, getting hung up on this rather than just the facts of what he observed and, you know, what reality actually is, it's just deflection. It's just avoiding the point.
Only degree. His dad was worried he couldn't get a job at all because he was a lazy bum. So his dad sent him to school to get a degree in theology so he could be a preacher at the Anglican church where you don't have to do anything.
At home, what does him being a lazy bum have to do with anything, Hovind?
That's why. And then when he graduated, couldn't get a job. So his dad pulled a few strings because his dad was popular and rich and powerful. And he got him a job unpaid.
And he's sitting there playing with his watch the whole time. Is that like a tell when he knows he's talking complete bullshit? I should watch for that more often in the future. He may have just had an itch, or it could be an actual tell for when he knows he's completely full of shit.
Naturalist. He's going to sail around for 5 years on the HMS Beagle and collect bugs for somebody back in England for bug collection. And he wasn't paid anything. 5 years, just so they would feed him. Get him out of here and feed him something. He was not a scientist at all. Okay? Let's see. Is divorce allowed if a spouse is abusive toward the other?
Oh, the person to ask.
Very tough question.
Very tough question. Oh, man. Fuck. Oh, this right here. That face. Oh.
Not a simple answer to that.
Yeah, I think the answer is yes. And I think you have a real hard time with that one because of what you did to Cindy. You monster.
I think the Bible says in 1 Corinthians 7, if the unbelieving depart, you're not in bondage. So if your spouse leaves you, apparently they don't believe.
Well, you know, yeah, when you're doing bondage play, it's usually good for them to help untie you because, you know, they're not just going to leave you tied to the rack. So, yeah, they're not going to leave you in bondage. They're going to get you out of that stuff so you can put on your normal clothes and go to sleep and get in the bed and get a cuddle and say, scoot over, honey.
Even the vows that they made, you're not in bondage. Do all you can to avoid it, but it just happens a lot these days. Okay?
Oh, that just shook him to the core. He's like, I'm uncomfortable now, Hovind.
Is that it, brother? I'm ready to go home. I've had a long day. Let's see. Thank you for all your hard work. I had a question. What education path do I need to pursue to be as educated and well-spoken as you?
Oh, can you slob on his knob anymore, Rick? Oh, fucking hell. What a load of bullshit. Because people swallow this crap.
I started as a little kid. I just loved to learn. My dad and mom put that into us boys. You know, my mom was a kindergarten teacher, taught me to read early and read fast and love reading. I was in prison. I read 8,000 books.
Yeah, because you sure as hell didn't have anyone to talk to.
Just read. Love to read. Elon Musk said he reads two books a day.
And Elon Musk is a fucking idiot. The man's never been smart. I've hated the guy for damn near a decade now. Well before this recent trend of realizing he was a complete shitbag happened. I saw it as soon as people started obsessing over him. He's just some rich-ass fuck with money to blow on everything that people listen to because he's a rich-ass fuck. And they're too stupid to realize that what he says is complete fucking bullshit. Welcome to the world.
I can't keep up with that. But yeah, I don't know. I read the whole encyclopedia set when I was in 4th or 5th grade. I forget.
Hey, so did I. And I'm not kidding. I did the same thing. I just read through the whole fucking thing. Why? Because I wanted to know shit.
I love to just want to learn. Okay. So first of all, do you want to learn? That's most people don't want to. They want to be taught. They want somebody to teach them.
Yeah, someone who doesn't want to learn, Hovind. So you want to learn how to not be able to learn? Pay attention to Hovind. This man can't learn a damn thing. Except whatever he needs to manipulate his script to sound that little bit more convincing to the gullible sheep that follow him.
They don't want to sit and actually do the work to learn it. So I don't know. You got to pick a particular topic. I like focusing on the creation evolution topic. I don't want to get distracted on diesel engines or something. Pick it. You can't learn it all. Okay. Just pick what's your best topic. I want to learn things that'll help strengthen people's faith in the Word of God. The biggest enemy I see today is this stupid evolution religion, and I want to devote my life to fighting that. There's a war going on. That's my slice of the battlefield right there. I'm going to stand my ground and not let them teach lies in the textbooks, expose the lies, and help Christians get motivated to do something.
Let's just note that it has to be brought up as a war, that, it has to be violent lingo going on, that, he can't describe it any other way. He has to make it out to be, this or that, us or them, just typical.
So, let's see. You can get all my slides on a thumb drive for 50,000 slides. I put PowerPoint slides for $100. If you want to do that, call 855 Big Dino extension 1.
I got 50,000 slides, but I only use 12 of them in every debate because I run the same fucking script over and over. Hovind?
I think. Yep. There you go. Look at that. On the ball, Sergio. 45,000 is now 50, I think. Probably, and going up. I make more every day.
So you're selling people a product that is immediately outdated. Do they get free updates? Can't they just download these themselves? I mean, it's going to be a pretty big file, but it can't be that big. I mean, God, you want to talk about a scam? This is a fucking scam.
Okay, let's see. That's it. Oh, man, good. Billy, are you ready to start building Noah's Ark? I'm thinking probably like this. One atheist said, Hovind, the biggest ship ever built had 6 masts for sails, to a 6-master. And that was the biggest, and it twisted so bad, it leaked, it couldn't take it out to sea. I said Noah's Ark wasn't sailing. There was nowhere to go. All he wanted to do is float and land. That's it. Didn't have to steer it, just float and land.
Well, I think the point was that at that size, all wooden structures lose too much of their stability. Their structural integrity is too compromised due to just the way wood is. It's relatively soft, and given the ways you actually build a vessel out of wood, you leave a lot of wiggle room, quite literally. So I think that was their point, not so much that it was a 6-mast ship that with sails and all jazz. That was just to illustrate scale, the size of the thing, which is still smaller than what the Ark is supposed to have been.
I suspect probably a cube or box shape like this more than, doesn't need to be a boat shape, but a lot easier to build this way too. Okay, more? Yay, thank you so much. Come down, visit Dinosaur Adventureland. You guys drove from where to South Central Florida today?
Okay, whatever. We're done here. Wow, he didn't get to the open mic at all. He just rambled on about shit for 30 minutes. Yeah, good job, Kent. You really accomplished nothing. Well, there's my Kent Hovind quota. To that, I say thank you for watching. You're all awesome. Check links down in the description. I got channel memberships. You want to leave a super thanks, make a really fancy comment, that'd be cool. If not, that's cool too. Join the channel. I'll have members-only content coming eventually. Maybe not. I don't know. Just depends on, memberships and all that. Don't feed the Mogwais after midnight. And yeah, that's the end of that. Later.